Ned Rice, your comedy minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Um, let's see. I used to work on a show called Comic Strip Live. Wayne Cotter was the host, and we had two producers, Ken and Joe, and it was Ken's birthday, and Ken was quite a ladies' man, which his wife wasn't crazy about that, but that's who he was. And Ken talked about sex a lot, and so for his birthday cake, someone went to the erotic bakery and got Ken a birthday cake that looked exactly like a vagina. And they unveiled the cake, and everyone cheered and clapped. And I turned to the writer's assistant who had brought the cake in, and I said, "No, you idiot! We said bunt cake." And that got a pretty good laugh. And I don't, I've never really topped that one. That's my
All
favorite
right.
real life story. I have one. I want one more.
Go ahead.
When I used to be an NBC page in New York City at 30 Rock, we used to give
Okay.
tours, and I was a really good tour guide. I had a reputation for being really funny,
Okay.
and we would take him to the Saturday Night Live studio, the local news, the David Letterman studio, Phil Donahue, all the different places,
Right.
and each place I would tell them something about it and tell them my little jokes. So one time, my ex-girlfriend came to New York, and she was the love of my life. She broke my heart into a million pieces. And I said, "Hey, you should come down and watch the tour. It's pretty good." And I said, "Oh, she's going to be so impressed. She's probably going to want to get back with me." We
Right.
went on the tour, and we went from spot to spot, and it was her and a bunch of other people I didn't know. And we went to the first spot, and I told them what it was about, and I did my jokes, and they just stared at me. They just stared at me. And we went to the next spot, and I told my little jokes, and they all just stared at me. And my ex-girlfriend, looked kind of uncomfortable. And then I started like looking at the people, and I noticed that it was a bunch of like teenagers, and they had a couple of like handlers. Like I realized, oh, oh, I see. These are what we would call today special needs individuals. They had not the slightest idea what I was talking about. They didn't react to anything. They simply stood there and looked around. And I bombed in front of them, but I couldn't say, "Oh my God, what are you retarded?" Because they were, and I never saw that girl again,
I,
Steve. That's
I actually
that's that's
thought
when I learned how to really eat it on stage.